growth. What's your definition of growth?
Well, we were talking about how we thought that during this time, so much time home alone together, that we would develop some more intentional time alone together where we were in the Word and praying together, and that has not necessarily happened. So while we both continued on with our normal routine, our normal devotion, our normal prayer time, it didn't really coincide with this temporary normal that we're experiencing. So somebody had asked a question, and we both thought nothing has really changed for us in that respect. And so we thought that we should probably be a little more intentional about what that looks like, because it's not normal, and this is a different time, and so it requires different praying and different even introspection, because you're experiencing something different and you probably need to approach it differently. It's not going to be the same old.
Right.
So that's kind of where we had talked about where we thought we probably should make some changes so that was looking different.
Well, I equivalent growth with testing, I suppose. So I'm sitting at home, I'm reading, I'm praying, and a lot more than what I would, while I was working. But not going anywhere, not being able to go anywhere. I don't really get tested. There's no pressure, nothing like that. So, but it's not until I was able to go out and go to shopping at Meijer and maybe do a few other small errands that there was more joy. Explained to the group on Wednesday night that I don't really have any testimonies of anything that I've done that's really encouraged anybody or anything like that. But sometimes it's just the, hey, how are you today? How you feeling today? Kind of a thing, and a smile, because now that I was able to get out, it's like, I can get out, and things like that, and be amongst people. And then there was a sense of growth, I should say, a sense of growth, because it was just joy. A lot of people are wearing their masks and their gloves. A lot of people aren't, but I like that they can see me smile outside the mask.
Because he's not wearing his mask.
No, I'm not wearing my mask. I should, but I don't.
I think too, for us, it's a different kind of growth in realizing the need that you have for each other outside the home, the church body, the family, and how you almost like take that for granted. Certainly, when we get on a Zoom call, I don't want to miss one, and I may miss a Wednesday service or two, and I'm just like scrambling because I want to see faces, I want to hear voices. And even last night after, we were finishing up our Wednesday night service with the group, and I heard Greg saying, I don't want to disconnect. I don't want to hang up. These are my
Nobody
people.
really did.
Yeah, we just kind of linger and want to hang out.
Nobody really wanted to.
And it's new, and whoever thought you would do service like that or communicate like that, but now we yearned for it, so we're excited the next time we can connect with folks. So, and that's encouraging us that we can serve together in that capacity and grow together in a new way of learning, I guess.
And also seeing the people on Zoom, you get excited. It's almost like going to church and seeing people. You're excited about it and everything, and but it's neat to see everybody. But can you imagine the Sunday that we get together for the first time after this is over? Now I was telling them on the Wednesday group, it's going to be a small sample of what heaven's going to be like. That first day when we're in heaven is like we're all going to know each other. It's going to be like one big reunion, and we're going to be so happy and so much joyful. And that's what it's going to be like at church the first day we go back, and it's going to be it's going to be awesome.
How are you guys believing together through this?
Yeah. I don't think we thought about the difference, at least I didn't, until there was one day last week. I don't know if it was just an event where I heard some news that I became very frustrated, and it was a bad day for me. And I was discouraged and I was without hope. And I realized the next day that God isn't surprised. And I heard it and we've talked about it. I've heard other people say it. But the reality of what I had experienced that day before that frustrated me was God's not surprised by any of this.
Mm-hmm.
And if I truly believe Him, then I just need to let go of that and let go of that surprise that I experienced and let Him be God, because that's going to be the best thing. But it was almost like a day of unbelief for me. So, and Greg is really, really encouraging me through that, because even though I know he has his difficult times, he doesn't seem to experience them as in the intensity that I do. So, people can frustrate me.
Well, the Bible talks about being submissive to those in authority over you. So this is being told we have to stay home and we can't go out and, this, that, and the other thing. We don't like it, but we want to be submissive. So we do stay at home except to go out and get groceries. And it's really hard, and it really rubs sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We watch the news or we watch the governor and things like that, and we don't necessarily like it. But at one point she's like, she gets really frustrated, and I'm like, it's going to be okay, honey. Let's just get through this. And there's those times where I'm like, and she's like, honey, we'll get through it. Just a little while longer. So we do.
Is that believing together?
I think so, don't you? Because when maybe my belief isn't where it should be, his is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we encourage one another, and
So to me, that relates into the church family too. When someone is down or whatever, whether we're in person Sunday morning, or it's on a Facebook post, or it's on a phone call, or it's having coffee together, that's believing together.
And how awesome is that? Because I think about what has happened since all of this has occurred, and how the body of Christ has come together to support and to encourage one another. And the Facebook posts that I see that are so encouraging by the church body, and the groups that are being developed individually on Facebook to encourage each other, and the messages that I'm getting. And I don't necessarily feel like I'm missing the love and the support and encouragement of my brothers and sisters. I just miss being with them physically.
Right.
Yeah.
So we can hug, and so we can, can be face to face. But like Greg said, it's just going to be a great reunion. But it's really cool. I mean, I appreciate our church leadership so much. There are no words to even convey that, and the work that they're putting in to make sure that we are not getting disconnected,
Right.
that we're staying connected. So
I agree. Yeah, the Lord makes way where there is no way. He really does. So.
Well, it sounds like you guys are serving one another. Have you been able to reach out to your kids and do anything different now that you're probably not spending time with them, but have you done anything different as far as serving them?
well, we egged their house.
Not literally.
Easter eggs.
Right.
We have we did a family Zoom, and of course
It's fun.
Facebook and Google Hangout, and and we may have snuck in a visit or two.
Yeah.
Well, Katie's birthday,
Yeah.
we all stood outside.
Yeah, we kind of kept the social distance at the end of the driveway. Yeah, and then of course my mom, and checking in and making sure she has what she needs, and other family members, and yeah.
What is something that you guys have appreciated about this time?
Well, I realized about myself that I really don't mind being home as much as I am.
Mhm.
I really like working from home because I'm still working quite a bit, but so we've had I think this may sound bad. The lack of constantly having some place to be. Of having
Good or bad?
too good. For me, I've appreciated it.
Okay.
So just having that little bit of freedom, of not being so rushed, although that can be bad for me because I like that discipline that it brings, but it's been okay. To the rest, although I'm not sleeping as well as I should be, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
What have you appreciated about this time? I think he appreciates being home.
I do. Kind of gives me an idea of retirement in about 10 years. Kind of gives me a taste of what it's like. So, a lot of work in the garage. You know, working wood, doing wood projects. If she needs something, I go out and make it. And for the most part, I get up and have my morning coffee and devotions before she gets up, and then when she gets up, coffee's ready for her, and usually breakfast and things like that. And
Yeah, he might spoil me just a little bit. He's a morning person. I'm not.
I like early morning.
But I stay up later after he goes to bed, so.
All right. Well, that's awesome. And so I wasn't recording, so I'm going to record now. You can repeat everything you just said?
Oh, no way.
Out of your mind.
Are you serious?
No.
I didn't think so.
Bye.
See ya.